Hello, this is Frontline here, and welcome back to the third time I am doing this intro for this episode of Craftaway. And the reason for that is because we have lots to do on our episode plan, and I was prioritizing what we need to do wrong. So what I wanted to do was that we were going to actually start off the episode by doing a 1 hour long mining session, and we're still going to do that. But why would we do a 1 hour long mining session without collecting our presents? We have actually presents that probably weren't exactly delivered on Christmas, but I'm still going to open them as if they're Christmas gifts. So right here we have Sunfire's gift to me after he saw my last video. It has lots of arrows inside, along with this amazing book. It is a fortune book. Oh, and I also realized that my inventory is slightly full because I actually did start my mining session. If you didn't know this, I had 10 minutes of mining and then got kicked off the server. So I'm recording on a new day, and hopefully I won't get kicked off for the rest of my mining session. But yes, I keep getting distracted. That was an amazing gift, Sunfire, if you're watching this, which you probably are. I am very thankful for that. And now we're going to go across the water for Bully's present, which is actually one of the reasons why we need to collect it beforehand. Are there no cows in here? There's just a chicken in the cauldron. Hello, Mr. Chicken in the Cauldron. I'm pretty sure he's going to be stuck there for quite a long time. How do I get out of here? I need to... I'm just going to use the gate like a normal person. So, Bully's gift is across the water over here. I don't think there's an official bridge across the water yet. There is this little pile of dirt that I can go on across. So, this is the main reason why we need to do this before mining. Because, although these chests aren't labeled with our names, there's one shulker box for each of us to have. And inside are all identical. They have another shulker box inside. It's a tutorial of how to craft a shulker, which I know exactly how. It's interesting that there's pretty much like no other use for the shulker other than that one recipe. But yeah, it's like one idea I kind of came up with that is probably a dumb idea. It's probably not going to be implemented and is not very practical either. Is that you can have like a potion that like requires the shulker shell. You can actually make levitation potions that way. That'd be a really interesting concept, but I'll admit that it's not going to be very useful, and also it kind of gets rid of the amazing levitation effect that you can only get while you're in the end. It kind of loses its exclusivity, if that's the correct conjugation of that verb, or adjective. So, now that we have our gifts, we collected our amazing shulker box that will also have a second shulker box. We'll be able to actually gather bunches of resources in each one and eventually repurpose those boxes for things other than mining. So, without further ado and without further rambling, let's actually get started with what we were supposed to start the episode with, and that's a 1 hour long mining session. I will see you guys once I'm done with that. And welcome back, once again, in the same position as the last time we ended all this. So, you are probably wondering what we actually did. Now, we actually did a lot more than you would think. We did quite well on the mining session, but we also were able to use that fortune book that we got to create this little pickaxe right here, Frontline's Fortune, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3. I enchanted the pickaxe, got Unbreaking 3 on it, which was kind of lame, so I put fortune on it. And it doesn't have efficiency, but it doesn't need to have efficiency. All it is going to be is just a way for me to collect my resources. I might, well, I probably will create a better pickaxe in the future, but for now, that's what we got. That's what we're going to deal with. So, right here in this chest is our looting that we've got from all that fortuneness. Bam! We actually got a lot of coal on that whole entire journey, though. Like, I'm pretty sure we were able to fill up like 8 stacks of just coal ore. That was like the majority of our haul. Probably should have gone somewhere other than just those caves, because really we should have been focusing more on like redstone and the other valuables, but nonetheless we still got a pretty good haul. So we got like about 2 stacks of blocks of coal. We've got 3 stacks of iron, exactly 41 gold, a stack of lapis blocks plus some. We've got 34 blocks of redstone plus some, and then 18 diamonds, 14 emeralds, which is a relatively good haul. Really want to pick up on my diamonds at the moment. I also did get a better efficiency pickaxe after that session, so hopefully we'll be able to use that in the future instead of just keeping on using iron pickaxes. And yeah, that'll hopefully speed up our processes. But yeah, with our gift that we got from Bully, we are also able to create this amazing box right here. This is our shulker box called Frontline Redstone. It's FL just because those are probably the initials I'm going to put on all of my shulker boxes I collect over time to say that they are mine. So this is basically the same thing that was in the chest before. It's just that now that we have collected a little bit of extra redstone, hopefully we will be able to also use this box to just fill up with all sorts of amazing materials. So yeah, I'm going to do that now and check you guys back up once we have collected all that and see what we are going to be doing next in this episode. In my hand, we have a redstone box. It is still not full with redstone materials. I'm actually kind of a little bit upset with myself for not trying to gather more redstone and gathering a bunch of coal instead. But still, we have made a lot of progress on this box. We have a stack of redstone, stack of redstone torches, stack of repeaters, stack of comparators, stack of redstone lamps, stack of observers, stack of daylight sensors, stack of droppers. Daylight sensors actually do not take any redstone to build. That is actually a really interesting thing that you might not have known. But yes, we have done actually a lot of crafting, but it's still not everything. One key thing that we're missing is pistons, which are a very... I really do want those to be part of my arsenal. But this is definitely a start. It can actually make us build a lot of contraptions. This is definitely going to be able to start us off for the majority of contraptions we need to build, but that's not what we're going to do for now. For now, we're just going to collect my redstone box here that has a bunch of items inside, and we're going to show you this area. This is an area that I just kind of covered up recently, as you can see by the grass not really spreading over quite yet. I'll need to actually terraform this thing so it doesn't look like a random corner as well. But right here is where I'm actually going to be building a place for my horses to end up being, because I was kind of looking around here and I'm thinking that that's really the only good place for it to be. I technically can have it maybe around here-ish, which wouldn't be a bad idea. It's like I gotta decide exactly where it's going to go, because there seems alright, but it's also a little bit of an awkward place next to my house, so I might either extend it a little bit past my house, or I'll just build it kind of around it. I'll have to see what the final conclusion is, but that's what we're going to be doing for the next part of the episode. We gotta get this skeleton horse out of my room. It's the one thing that we haven't moved out yet, and it's just a little bit of a distraction whenever I try to go to bed, especially because it actually counts as a monster. That's something I never actually mentioned in the video. I can't sleep because it says there are monsters nearby, and it took me a really long time to realize this skeleton horse is a monster. I wouldn't consider it to be a monster. I'd actually consider it to be extremely cute, but it's apparently a monster as called by the game. So I can only stand on the bed and try to sleep, but not actually truly sleep and set my spawn. So again, that's another reason we're going to have to move it away. Maybe I should move it away farther because of that, now that I think about it. Because if I move it here, I'm just thinking out loud here, but if we move it here, that would probably be too close to my house. I can't imagine the game accepting me to be able to sleep if there's a skeleton horse even just like 10 blocks away, because that's really not that far. So yeah, I changed my mind. we're going to have it kind of around near to the community mineshaft, perhaps, or maybe like have a secret passage. I want a secret passage somewhere, but I don't think that it'd be easy to create a secret passage yet in this section of the game, especially when I don't have a piston door. See, I might just make a very noticeable entrance here, how about? Because I think this would be a good area. I just dig underground for a little bit, have its own little bone cave, and yeah, we'll see how that ends up looking, create a pathway to it even. This is where we decided to actually place the thing. I was thinking I was going to place it over there, but I kind of ran into the trouble that it looks almost like another building like a community mineshaft. The community mineshaft is not my property. This is actually its own thing. So I was almost thinking that if I separated it from my house, it would look a little bit odd. So instead, it actually is kind of interconnected to my house. It still doesn't ruin the balcony, I don't think. It just extends into this area. You go into the balcony area, and then right here is where the skeleton horse is. He has a nice little home. I think it's very fitting for a skeleton horse, to be fair. He gets to live in his own little dingy cave, and it does have a little bit of wildlife, and by wildlife I mean grass. I might put in some tall grass or something if he ever so needs it. But yeah, if I ever want to go on a nice journey, all I need to do is just go on this thing, kind of avoid all the decoration of the stalagmites, and I have no idea what those things are called. I used to know what those things were called, but I'm pretty sure stalagmites and oh wait, stalagmites and stalactites. I have no idea which one's which, but I know that's what the term is, or at least I'm pretty sure that's what the term is. So anyway, yeah, it's like I'd be able to pretty much go on my horse wherever I want to go, just ride this thing. Doesn't need a saddle, he just runs off in his own little mind, which is actually very convenient. I actually do have a saddle. I fished out a saddle at one point, but yeah, that'll have to be for another horse, I guess. But yes, this is actually a really cool area that I created. I do like the use of the andesite and the stone. It's I'll admit that my building has been a little bit rusty. I haven't played Minecraft in a long time, at least in survival mode. I've played a lot in creative, but it's been a while since I've actually done a survival world, and I think that's actually been a relatively successful little pathway that leads into this skeleton horse cave. So unfortunately, this episode is actually going to have to be a pretty short one in comparison to the rest of them. I know they've been getting moderately shorter over time, but got nothing really I can do about that this week. This week has been the holiday season. I've had to sacrifice a bit of my recording time to be able to make up for being around on Christmas and other different variety of things. So we're just pretty much going to end the episode with me filling in these creeper holes. This creeper hole here just happened this moment. Unfortunately, it went to the side of my house, but honestly it's not that big of damage. Apparently I didn't bring any cobblestone to fix that part yet. But yes, there are actually many creeper holes around the server that we're probably just going to have to look around for and fill in. But oh my, please tell me that doesn't explode. Okay, I almost ran right to it again, so that would have been probably the worst place for it to blow up, the place that I had just filled in that moment. And this should be the final hit. Yep, okay. Seriously, I hate creepers on this edition. They are really persistent. They run after you. They don't just stand there. They really want to blow you up no matter what. So, yeah, I have no idea when this creeper hole came about, but we are finally going to fill it in. Has this creeper hole been filled in? Yeah, this one still hasn't been filled in. I'm pretty sure this is the one that actually existed the first time we ever introduced this series. This was Welcome to the Server Creeper Pit. Yeah, we are filling this. Should we fill it in? Should we fill... I'm actually having second thoughts about this one. This one actually has some historic value to it. You know what? We are going to leave a sign there. We're going to have a memorial. Maybe even like make this look a little bit more like a crater in some ways. I'm going to leave that there. instead of having this be the last clip, let's do one last thing, because that is a very simple thing for me to do. I'm just looking for things that I can actually do on the server that would be interesting for you, because I've actually been doing a lot on the server. I've been gathering XP. You've been probably noticing that all throughout the episode that my XP bar has been going up and down. That's because I've been enchanting items, I've been renaming things, all sorts of different stuff that you don't see on camera because it's not very interesting. It's me gathering my redstone materials. It's me trying to get together like my pickaxes. Those were done off camera and all that. I mean, they were kind of interesting, but it wasn't interesting when I was just down by the XP farm. But yes, I am going to hit you guys back up when I actually fill in that creeper pit and put a sign next to it wherever I can. I need to organize my chests. I need to like get my actual permanent base going, because I know exactly where I'm going to have my permanent base. This is a temporary home. If you didn't know, no, we're not going to live in this tiny little house for the rest of the series. But we'll probably move there either in the next episode or the episode after that. Probably the next episode, though. I'm not sure how much I really want to hang out this spawn area, but we will see. So yeah, I'll catch you back up when we actually decorate the pit and all that other stuff. All of you have seen my house, which means all of you know I am really good at making things look bad. So, what we got to do is show you another thing I made look really bad, and that is this amazing creeper pit. I actually think that that really is just my build style. Making things look abandoned and old is really up my alley. I found my calling after all this time. This is Creeper Pit. Welcome to Creeper Pit, Frontline says. This is basically my representation of what a creeper pit looks like after it has been exploded. And if you're wondering about this fire, we actually have fire spread off in this world, so we can pretty much put fire anywhere and it won't get put out. I'm almost thinking maybe we can put like another piece of fire here or something to balance it out. I'm not really sure. It's like this is definitely something that I just did spur of the moment. I was just recording and felt like, hey, you know what? I feel like doing this, and we did. It actually looks pretty cool. It looks a lot better than what it would have looked like just filling it in. I mean, this is what the other creeper pit I filled in looked like. So, yeah, I feel like this was an improvement. Even though you may be thinking, oh, that looks awful. There is character in something looking awful. My house has character because it looks awful. It definitely has a little bit of a style of slight awfulness to it. And that's even what I was able to do down here. I mean, really, even though like the hallway is very clean, it's a very unique style of being able to just make things look natural and messy. Having things look messy, you would think would be easy, but it kind of is an art in its own sense. I mean, it's easy to me. I'm just a natural. Everything I've built in this series so far has been that way. But yeah, all jokes aside, this is pretty much the end of this episode. I had only the time to be able to do this little joke at the end of it all. I am hoping that you guys enjoyed it. I am hoping you guys really like that build, because I'm proud of it. I'm a lot more proud of it than I was of that house over there. But yeah, if you like the video, however, leave a comment, leave a like, and as always, I thank you guys for watching and see you in the next episode of Craftaway. Bye. The spikes are... What's...
Help me! Help me! Help me!
Close that! I reopened it.
No! Oh no!
There's one inside. There's one inside.
Tugs is down.
Why am I the only one that
don't know.
died?
Probably because you just suck.